Hello, beautiful Facebook family. We are rounding out the last few days of our 21 days of gratitude. Today we're on day 17. It's 11:30 in the morning and I'm sitting in my rental home overlooking beautiful Lake Okanagan in British Columbia. And it's cloudy, but the mountains have lifted. We talked about this yesterday where we couldn't see the mountains and now I can see them and there's snow on them and they're beautiful. And yeah, it's just really good. We've got the water back on in our house. Things are good. So we're going to be here for a few more days. We're going to sink into really being present with this experience, grounding with this experience, slowing down, being more intentional, and just really enjoying the moments of life, because life is made up of moments. That's the journey. Life isn't hurry up and get to the next thing so that you can enjoy that, because there's never going to be enough. There's never going to be when you get there. You might feel that for 30 seconds, but that moment is fleeting. So it's time we sink in and celebrate powerfully each moment, because once that moment's gone, that moment's gone. And today, what I want to talk with you about for day 17 of 21 Days of Gratitude is a concept of what got you here to this point today isn't going to get you there, where you are being pulled or drawn or desiring to grow and expand to. What got you here won't get you there. And I'm going to share a little story with you to put it into some context, and then I'm going to give you some homework, and then we'll be off on our way. So we moved to Vernon 4 months ago, almost to the day. We moved in August. And my daughter I have 3 children, and my oldest, Grace, is 9, and she's in grade 4, and she's at a French school, and she's so smart. She doesn't realize how smart she is. She's powerful. We anchored in her superpower this week. And her superpower is she's sensitive. She's ADHD, and she is an incredible human, and she has a big personality. She loves big. She lives big. She's big, and so much comes at her. Sometimes she has a hard time kind of filtering. It's because she's sensitive. She's such a capacity. So we've talked about this. This is something that it's an awareness on another level of her superpower this week, and I'm excited and she's excited. We already knew this, but we anchored in that this was her superpower this week, and so now we can capitalize on it. And so we were talking last night, and the school that she went to from kindergarten, she met her best friend within 5 minutes of going to that school, and they were inseparable. And they played together every day, and it was wonderful, and it was fun, and they barely fought. They started to kind of bicker a little bit last year as their personalities expanded and everything else going on in the world. No matter how young you are, you're still going through an awakening, And that wasn't more prevalent to me than last night during this conversation that I had with her. And so she transitions to a new school this year, and she's had a bit of a rough go making friends. She's not a mean kid. She's really, really kind. She's loud, and she's in your face and a little bit bossy. But, those are things that we're learning and navigating. And So she's made a few friends, and she's just had a hard time like connecting intimately, deeply, vulnerably. And it's the same thing. She's going to a French school, and it's the same thing with school, where she's having a challenge. It's a new school. It's just a different style of learning. It's more intense. It could also be grade 4, and that's fine. So she's having a hard go. So she's been calling me a few times over the last month or so to pick her up at lunch, not feeling so good, having a tummy ache and a headache and this and that. And I knew that there was something underneath it, but trying to wrap our head around and getting to the bottom of it with a 9-year-old is a little bit challenging. And we got it last night. I'm so grateful for the conversation that we had. And I don't know if she sees it totally, but she will. She got bits and pieces of it. And so the reason I'm sharing this with you is we all come here with predispositions, with programming, with beliefs. And then we all learn by a product of our environment. And it was an awareness for me putting my hand up to say, you know what, I'm not perfect. There's been, I could have been a better parent. You know, I love her fiercely. I'm there for her. I do what I can, but I also have programming that I'm working through, and I'm seeing it on another level loudly, where I need to be more present. I need to be seen more for her so that she can be seen more for herself, her dad as well. And another level of awareness was a light bulb for me last night. I'm sharing this with you because you can probably relate. That my programming is now impacting her. And I've been going through an awakening for a few years, and I've learned a tremendous amount. I'm so proud of how much I've learned. So proud. I am not the same person. I have grown so much. I have helped so many women. I've helped so many friends. I've helped my children. But what's gotten me here isn't going to get me there. And so now it's time to jump in, start again at kindergarten, and learn something new. And it was presented to me with my daughter last night. What got her here isn't going to get her there. So making friends was easy. She didn't have to work for it. She didn't have to work hard. She didn't have to be her own self-leader. The courage, the bravery to go to uncomfortable situations, because the school that she was at, she made friends really easily because they were friends from the beginning, and they all got together, and this is amazing. And now the kids at this school are awesome. The kids that I've met are great. She's great. She's just having to learn a new way of presenting herself. Get uncomfortable, potentially experience fear of failure, be seen, be heard, fear of abandonment, fear of what are they going to think of me, rejection, all the things that I've released on some levels, and now what got me here isn't going to get me there. I need to go deeper and release more. And this is amazing because you know what? I didn't see this before. And the work that I was doing got rid of the noise for me. So now that I can go deeper and look at it at another level. This is generational. This is 5,000 years of programming, ancestral lineage in our DNA that is here. And we don't even know it's here until we remove enough noise to have it bubble up. And then you get to go to the next level and transmute and alchemize that level. So this is a beautiful, this is such a gift because now I have a choice. I have a choice to turn a blind eye and do the same thing that I've always done, which I can't. I just can't. And so now I've seen it, and now it's like, okay, I need to change the way that I do things with my parenting with her, but most importantly, with myself. Because as we know, everything is external is a representation of what's going on inside of you. So you heal that trauma, that wound, that, karmic lesson, whatever you want to call it. And then your external world, it won't trip you up anymore. You won't see it. And it's the same thing with my daughter. I heal me. She's a byproduct of me. She is going to heal by osmosis, and as well as my parenting changed. And so for me, I'm going to put my hand up and say, I've avoided breath work because I wasn't ready to do it. Now I've released so much that now I can take it to the next level, and I can start working with my breath in a more profound way. I've dabbled in it. I've dabbled in it. I've danced around it. And that's the being seen wound as well for me. And I'll be the first to put my hand up for it as well, because I wasn't prepared to see what was going to come up. And now I can, because I have the tools and the resources, and I know what I need to do to move through this with grace, with love, with ease. So I'm super excited for this, because I've been dancing around this for probably the last year and a half, and now I'm ready. I am ready to be seen on another level. I see my daughter is ready to be seen on another level. And so she's going to, with my guidance and with her intuition, navigate this new territory, put herself out there, not quit, not be afraid of failure, hold space for her with grace, with love, with ease, me as well for her as her parent, and help her move through this piece of her life to be seen more powerfully. My husband's going through the same thing. He has a really hard time expressing his emotions. And it's the same thing. We're all dealing with the same wound. It just comes up differently. And so now we all have an opportunity, and I invite you as well. Where can you be seen more? For yourself. For yourself, and then that will express outwardly in your environment. But when you think about that, think about what you've done to this point so far. First off, have deep gratitude for what you've done to this point so far. Pause and celebrate that, because that moment will be gone in a moment and you will miss the celebration. You have done so much work and so much healing. Have deep gratitude for everything you've seen and learned and brought into your awareness, and let go. Think about the things that used to bother you years ago that don't even faze you now. Celebrate that fiercely. And then pause and think about what's tripping you up, or where you desire to grow and expand, or what you're being pulled to. And think about the thing that maybe triggers you the most, or challenges you the most, or makes you the most uncomfortable, or the thing that you're kind of afraid to tip your toe into. Or where are you suppressing your emotions, or where are you hiding, or where are you getting tripped up by repeating the same patterns and the same habits? And where can you try something different? What got you here isn't going to get you there. And so if you need help with this, I am totally here. My Aligned Women program teaches you everything I've learned on my spiritual awakening, which got me to this point. And I'm more than happy to pay it forward and have a conversation with you and help you through that. The one-on-one coaching that I do, Harmony, it's about balancing your masculine and your feminine, living in a harmonized state, untangling where you were to where you want to go. So totally here if you want to have a conversation with that. The community's here. If you have questions, you want to post questions about that, I'm certain other women that are going through the same thing that you are, and your story will ignite their fire and trigger their desire and move them through and celebrate the growth. So for day 17, your homework is to think about what got you here won't get you there, and where can you jump in and try something different, or jump into something that you have been hesitating to do completely fully, and make a commitment to pivot. One click every day. You do this for 3 or 4 days, your body will get used to this and it will start to create a habit. You do this for 21 days and this will be your new habit. Where can you commit to pivot and to jump into doing something that you're being pulled to, or where can you jump in? Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. And we've got a few more days here, and I'm super excited to see how this wraps up. And have a great day. And yeah, just jump in. What's the worst that could happen, right? You don't know unless you try. I know you can do it. Jump in and have fun. Celebrate.